Third down and 20.
Once upon episode 38, where Jake, JT, and Lounis are heavily invested in the New York Knicks, a tight end emerged out of nowhere.
Heart attack.
The tight end, a tight end who is now being considered a top 3 tight end before he even enters the league. And you're probably wondering to yourself, this guy must be an amazing, absolute stud. He'd have to be a unicorn to be in this tier. I'm telling you right now, this man is a unicorn, and he should be in this tier.
Let's go! Let's go!
I think people are starting to, like, the Kyle Pitts train, if we're talking like the hype train, it probably reached its peak about a week ago, and now that everyone's seeing how high people are taking Kyle Pitts, you're going to get those naysayers that are now going. Yes,
I was going to say there's another level it can still go to.
No, I think at this point,
the day Julio gets traded,
I don't care. Julio's there, Julio's not there. Kyle Pitts is the number 1 target on that team. I don't care. Kyle Pitts is so good.
Really?
Here you go, baby.
Kyle Pitts is my top. Kyle Pitts is a better wide receiver than Calvin Ridley. That's my take. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be a game-breaking tight end. The dude's a unicorn. And people are going to point to OJ Howard and a couple other guys that didn't really pay. Like Vernon Davis probably also had that real hype. I mean, Vernon Davis did end up being a good tight end, but I just think with Kyle Pitts, to steal a quote from Michael Jordan, the ceiling is the roof. This man has. You don't know that Michael Jordan.
What are you trying to say?
That's great.
You don't know that Michael Jordan.
I have no idea where.
I know that quote.
Michael Jordan quote.
That's funny.
This man has infinite potential, in my opinion. Right? Like Travis Kelce is someone that. All right, we're gonna try and refocus here. Everyone get on the same page.
That is so funny, dude.
I think the main thing I've learned from this section is JT's not a writer, nor should he invest in it.
Shut up, Lounis. We're on the Kyle Pitts hype train.
Yeah.
Are you on or off? You're the Lord of Homer.
I'm on the Kyle Pitts hype train.
Yeah, we're supposed to be.
Dude, did you know he went to Florida?
Jake, are you on the Kyle Pitts hype train?
Yeah, I trade Kelce straight up for Kyle Pitts. Yes,
Let's go, baby! Kyle Pitts hype train!
Welcome, Jake. Yes. Welcome to the hype train. I just think they're going to be, to get back on my journey, we're at the point where there's going to be a lot of naysayers pointing, it's very hard to tell when a tight end is going to be good. Like, you might have your athletic score, you might have your production, but Kyle Pitts is someone that if he was considered a wide receiver, I'd literally have him second wide receiver behind Jamar Chase.
You could argue one.
You could argue. I'm still taking Jamar Chase, but you could argue one. Kyle Pitts is someone that will break the mold of he's going to get. The only other person, the 2 people in this. All right, I guess it's fair. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. The people that are in this that get all the receptions, it's the Kill, it's the Kelce, it's the Waller. The Kyle Pitts is going to get a ton of receptions, but I just think what Kyle Pitts can do with the ball is better than the likes of Waller. It's better than Kittle. It's comparable with Kelce. And guess what? He's only 21. I don't even think he's 21 yet. I think he's 20. So you're getting 10 plus years of Kyle Pitts game-breaking production. And bless you, Jake. And he's probably in the 4th, 5th pick still in your Superflex draft. So at that moment, I'm smashing the draft button at Kyle Pitts. I take him as high as 3. I'm still not taking him over Justin Fields just because I think with quarterbacks, Justin Fields is someone I really like. And even if Kyle Pitts is game-breaking, consensus just doesn't value tight ends as much as they do quarterbacks. So that's the only thing preventing me from putting Kyle Pitts all the way at 101, to be honest.
You can even get in a lot of leagues Kyle Pitts later than 104 and 105. I've seen plenty of drafts where he ends up going 106 or 107. Yeah. Usually 105, 106 is where he's off the board. But I think it's a phenomenal pick. JT, I completely agree, dude. Kyle Pitts is if you combined all of the top tight ends in the game today together into one player with the biggest wingspan you have ever freaking seen. and like a super fast 40-yard dash with elite level vertical play. It's just ridiculous. The dude is everything you want.
He's LeBron.
The thing about him is I think he's literally
LeBron.
like if you called Julio Jones a tight end.
Yeah.
Like he's
crazy,
that big, he's that fast, and he's that good with the ball. And they're just calling him a tight end because he's slightly bigger than Julio Jones is. So like,
yeah, his comps. You can't look at other tight ends. His comps are like fucking. You look at like Mike Evans. You look at like Julio. You look at like Calvin. Like those are more comparable to Pitts on his play style and just his build.
Dude, the only knock that
so
you
I
can
agree.
really have on him is that he's not that Rob Gronkowski, George Kittle level blocker, which he can still develop.
I don't
think
even
it's
care.
still he's still
And
pretty
we
decent
ain't
at
getting
blocking,
points for blocking out here, dude.
There's
We're
no
not
pancakes.
drafting someone to block.
No pancake points. I could not care. I do think.
Dude, wait, real quick. It's not like you're gonna worry about him not playing because he can't block. Dude, they just drafted him with the 4th overall fucking pick. They're not drafting him 4th overall to be like, oh, we're gonna take him out on rundowns because you can't block. Like, dude, fuck no. He's going to play and he's getting the shit fucking targets.
Just juke him out, Mike Davis. We need Kyle Pitts out there. All right, we love Kyle Pitts. I can't wait for this to backfire on us. But we're gonna move on to our tier 2.
Wait, hold on.
Yep. All right, go ahead.
Any one of the are you taking any one of these veteran tight ends over Kyle Pitts? I think that there is a consideration with George Kittle.
Kittle's the only one.
Just
Pitts
because
is my
Kittle's
dynasty tight end
safer,
too.
I still think I might take Pitts, and I love Kittle.
If I'm looking to if I'm going all in a championship, I think I'd probably take Kittle or Kelsey or even Waller, to be honest. If I'm looking to win a championship, this is my year.
Oh, if you're a contender, it's different. Yeah.
If I've got these guys aging guys on my roster, I know the idea is you want to go and chase value.
Dude. Even with Waller, even though I know Waller's gonna have a better year, I mean, I'm a contender in our league. If you told me I could get Pitts for Darren Waller, I'm fucking taking it. I'm sure Jake the same with Kelsey.
I already said I'd trade Kelsey straight up.
Yeah.
I think because the way you got to think about it is sure,
you take
Kelsey,
a small hit, but that long-term value overweights it.
Right. The value of a dynasty player is the amount of points he's going to score per season times the number of seasons. So how many seasons left does Kelsey have at being an elite tight end? I think we'd argue probably 3, maybe 4. So Kyle Pitts is going to play much longer than that.
If that, dude. The thing with tight ends that we have seen recently is that when they fall off, it's a fucking cliff. It is
Jimmy Graham,
Jimmy Graham, Zach Ertz recently. We may have seen the Zach Ertz cliff just now. I understand he's going to go to a new situation. Maybe he has a little bit of revitalization, but I feel like even with Greg Olsen to a certain extent, it was he was good, and then that 1 year it was well, now he kind of sucks.
Yeah.
The thing I'll add though is, so we're all on the same page. We love Kyle Pitts. I think he's going to be unicorn and kind of game breaking. With that being said, I think he is going to beat this. But Evan Ingram is the one who I believe had the highest rookie season for a tight end.
That's crazy.
And even then, it's kind of surprising. Even then, Travis Kelce this year doubled Evan Ingram's production. So if you're looking to compete, I still feel like Evan Ingram. Travis Kelce would be someone that I probably would rather have than Kyle Pitts, Kittle, even Waller. I think I'd just rather have those 3 guys. If I am saying this is the year I'm winning the championship, I feel a lot more comfortable with one of those 3 guys, even though I do love Kyle Pitts. All right. Let's now move on to Frank. This is your guy, so I'm literally going to take the floor. Sell us on the Muth.
Okay. So the Muth, dude. So the Muth, the players in his tier are Cole Kmet, Robert Tonyan, Adam Troutman. And the only person I'm really considering over the Muth is probably Bobby Tonyan. Just because I think that Bobby Tonyan is a nice little play. He's a nice little value play. But in terms of long-term value, give me the Muth. So the thing with the Muth, I'll try and be quick here. You guys are writing in the chat that I got to be quick. So here's the thing with the Muth. The Muth, he went to a great situation to develop and grow as a player. Pittsburgh desperately needed greater tight end play. They kind of got it out of Eric Ebron, but they needed an elite level tight end to kind of be that newer age of Heath Miller. The second thing with the Muth is that he has been completely overlooked by Kyle Pitts, right? If the Muth was just the top tight end in this draft, I think that there is like a huge chance that he goes like mid to mid-early second round if a Kyle Pitts doesn't. That might be a little bit generous because of how many receivers there are. But this dude kind of checks all the boxes on tape. He's got great soft hands over the middle, which is desperately what the Steelers needed. I think he's all right with the ball in his hands. He's a pretty damn good blocker. I think he's very underrated with his blocking, and he's pretty decent as a vertical threat. I think that the Muth is what people want all of these lower tight ends to be, and because his ADP is a little bit high, they're just disregarding him. They're like, oh, I don't want to spend a second-round pick on Pat Freiermuth when I can pick up Brevin Jordan in the fourth. Like, the Muth, good pick, best taxi squad player in the draft, one of the best.
One thing I will add about this was before the season, he was ranked the tight end 1 of this class before Kyle Pitts went and obviously exploded.
Whoa, who's saying that? Where are you getting that from? Because
that was
me and Lounis had a conversation before the draft about how Kyle Pitts is freaking ridiculous. Like before the college season, we were talking on the phone of guys that we had our eyes on. We were like, dude, Kyle Pitts. You can ask Lounis. I was like, dude, Kyle Pitts is a top 20 pick. Like this dude is freaking ridiculous.
True. We were talking about that because I think Florida and South Carolina were playing week 1, right?
So something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like they're one of the earliest matchups. And literally in that first game, Pitts went crazy, and we were like, okay, yeah, we were right. This guy's insane.
He's just a freak, dude. No, but you're right though.
But no, the gap was closer before the season. The gap was a lot closer. You're right.
He was a very highly rated tight end prospect, and a lot of people had him as a first round.
People thought he was going
tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like to say that he's not worth it just because of Kyle Pitts is crazy. Like I agree. I think if you can get him in the late second round of your rookie draft, I think it's a great pick. I think the Steelers use their tight end historically, and he's going to easily eclipse Eric Ebron moving forward.
Yeah, the only other thing I'll add on this is we're going to get into the tier 3 and tier 4 guys. I think he's the only other guy I'd want at tight end from this draft. I don't really care about any of the other guys. I don't think they're going to add much value to my team. I don't think they're going to be anything. But with that, let's just move on to it. I'm just going to combine these two tiers, even though there kind of is a slight tier break. We've got tier 3.
The funny part is, for the rest of these guys, I think one of the guys in tier 4 is my favorite out of the rest of these names.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. We've got Brevin Jordan and Hunter Long as they're technically tier 3, and they're with the likes of Hayden Hurst, Eric Ebron, and Donald Parham. And then tier 4 is Tommy Tremble and Trey McKitty with the likes of Jared Cook, Albert O, and Will Dissly.
Albert O.
In my opinion, this is just Jag City.
It is Jag City. These are dart throws. If I could have any dart throw out of all these guys, honestly, it's McKitty. I'll just take the chance on him hopefully being able to beat out Parham. I hope I said his name right. And paired with Justin Herbert. None of these guys, though, I'm going crazy over. I'd rather take some of those dart throw receivers in those later rounds where those guys are going to be taken.
You need something crazy from these guys for me to even put them on my board. Like, they'd have to have some kind of George Kittle-like ascendance. Because to me, none of these guys really – even Brevin Jordan, who was touted highly, I thought he was okay, but he's on a team with the Texans too, which is just not like he might see the field, which I guess is a plus, but like I just don't think he's doing anything. I don't think he ever will.
I think there are 3 guys that I would take from all these tiers, 2 of which are not on here.
Okay.
The first is, like Lounis said, Trey McKitty. The second is Kylan Granson. He's grown on me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you got the camp reports and just kind of looking at the fact that recently there have been a lot of like receiver conversions to tight end that have worked out. And I understand that Granson was a tight end at SMU, but he was a glorified receiver in that scheme looking at him on tape. And then the third would be Zac Davidson, the punter tight end in Minnesota. Listen, you guys can clown me all you want. Zac Davidson is an undrafted free agent pickup. I think is great. Dude, he's got good tape. Like, you're going to judge him because he was also a punter. but he's good. Like, he's actually low-key a pretty damn good tight end that I'm excited for.
I still love me some Don Parham. I don't know why. He's
McKinney's
just
XFL, baby.
He's freaky athletic. Like Justin Herbert, he's going to be that kind of red zone vulture guy that like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams owners are going to hate. But that's I don't really care about any of these guys. Albert O, I like him when Noah Fant is out. Albert O is like a good kind of replacement guy if Fant gets hurt.
These guys are
they're again, we're talking like they're below the wasteland. They're not even in the wasteland currently.
What is Hayden Hurst's value now that Kyle Pitts is a thing?
Like 0. I have him in a different league. If someone, I couldn't even get a 5th-round pick.
I was gonna say if someone offered me any 4th, I would take Hayden Hurst.
Poor Hayden Hurst can't get out of that whole like, oh, I'm behind a tight end that's just better than me.
He was getting so much hype.
If he performed better last year, I think it's a different situation.
He was in like the perfect situation for him.
Yeah, he wasn't bad, but he didn't live up to expectation. Because if he was that good, the Falcons would have probably just traded down. So tough shit.